right, recording will start soon, and we are recording. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am Kayla O, Scentsy Director. I may be your director, I may not be, but somehow we're all affiliated. And I wanted to, first of all, thank Alex Baker for doing a Canva training for us tonight. I am so excited to learn all the things and especially grateful that you're taking the time to share all these goodies and tricks with us. So take it away, Alex.
All right, thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. I know there are lots of different options out there. I think I've seen I've seen some people create things in Instagram, Snapchat. Canva is definitely my personal preference, and I think what it really boils down to is finding the one that's right for you. For me, Canva is very intuitive. It's very easy to use, and it has a lot of features that I use regularly, both in and out of Scentsy. So I became an independent Scentsy consultant, I think just 3 months ago. And I have a background, a degree in advertising and public relations. So some of this, I think, just comes really natural to me. So my goal today is to hopefully show you some different things with Canva that we can all utilize. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me just 1 second. I have to open my system preferences. I'm going to share my screen. But before that, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was the difference between the free Canva and the Canva Pro. So I have my notes to the side, so I'm just going to look at those for just a few moments. Canva, the free Canva is actually really phenomenal. I'm surprised that they offer so much for free. I used this for quite some time, and then I ultimately just decided to pay I think it's like 13 bucks a month to get the Canva Pro, but I'll talk you through a little bit of the differences there. For the free Canva, you just sign up, create an account, and it provides you with about 8,000 free templates of different designs. So Instagram posts, flyers, logos, posters, things like that. It has already the templates available to you, and you can post it to different things such as social media posts. They have, I think, presentations that you can use, letters, you name it, it's on there. So over 100 different design types that you can benefit from. Thousands of free photos and graphics that you can utilize. One of the biggest differences between the free Canva and the Canva Pro is some of the graphics you do have to purchase separately if you are using the free Canva. And I think 1 month I bought 5 or 6 pictures, and at that point I just knew it was time to just switch over to the Canva Pro and pay the monthly price, so I didn't have to purchase the pictures anymore. And what I love most about Canva is that you can download the mobile app. So if I have to create things, on the go, or I messed something up and I have to just adjust 1 or 2 words, I can do it from my computer or from my phone. So I really like that. So you get all of that in the free version of Canva. And then there is the pro version of Canva as well. And again, that's what I have. So what I show you today, that's going to be the pro version. Thank you, Becky. And I think I just started sharing my screen. So I will show you a little bit in Canva here in just a few moments. So for the pro version, it is $12.95 per month if you pay monthly. If you pay an annual, I think it's like $9.95. So you do save a little bit of money that way when it's billed annually. So the pro has everything the free Canva has. So everything I just mentioned, you will get that in pro. One thing that I really like in the pro version is you can create visual brand identities. So I'll talk a little bit about that now because I don't really use it. So I work at the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And we have to do a lot of marketing in my office. And I have already uploaded all of our school colors, so to the exact color choice. You can upload your fonts here. You can upload your logos here. And it just makes it really simple when you're creating things. Now, what's interesting with Scentsy is when I think of Scentsy, I think of that distinct purple color that we see in most of the logos. So I do have a Scentsy logo brand kit here. And if you look up the Scentsy brand standards, they have quite a bit of guidance on there. But really the three colors that you use with logos going to be this purple, white, and black. So I really like the brand kit because whenever I'm making just quick flyers for my VIP groups, I can quickly and easily just pull that purple color in if there's not a different theme going on inside the group. You also have in the Pro one-click design magic resize. And you might ask yourself, why would I need to be resizing my photos? In theory, there should be a different photo size for your Facebook cover photos. There should be a different photo size for your Facebook posts, Facebook stories, Instagram posts, Instagram stories. If you're like me, you probably just make one and hope it doesn't cut too much off. But I do regularly use the magic resize tool because it will take everything however you have it and resize it to different photo sizes. So in theory, you can make one Facebook cover photo and then resize it for posts, stories, things like that. So I do like that feature as well. When you upgrade to the Pro, you get about 420,000 templates, which is really nice. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming going through the different options that they have. You get access to 75 plus million stock photos, videos, and graphics, which is really nice. And like I said, that's ultimately why I upgraded to the Pro account, just because there would without fail be a photo or a graphic or an image that I wanted that I would have to pay for. You can create your own custom templates in the Pro version, which is cool. I haven't played around with that too much, but I think that I make do with what I do. And then what I think are the three biggest things for a Scentsy consultant. One-click photo background remover. That is so phenomenal. Used to, you would have to be pretty proficient in photo editing softwares to be able to remove the background from something. And now it's truly just one click and done, which is amazing. And I'll show you that feature here in just a little bit and how I use that. The other one, download designs with the transparent background and customize your download quality. It just depending on the graphics that you're wanting to push out, it could be really helpful to have that transparent background. And one thing that I really like about Scentsy and the Scentsy consultants is their willingness to share tools and share graphics and share things that they're finding successful that they've created. So whenever you do this transparent background, it allows others to be able to pull it and make it their own. And then my most favorite thing on Canva, which is a pretty new feature, create and publish social media content directly from Canva. So that has changed my life, absolutely changed my life. Some softwares don't allow you to post in groups, and Canva works with Facebook and you can post specifically into groups. So I only have one party right now, but on a busy week, I could have all of my content ready to schedule for all of my different parties that I'm hosting, which I mean truly changes the game, especially whenever I show you sort of what I do. So what I like to do whenever I'm asking, I love parties, I love a good theme. So whenever I'm talking to my party hosts, I want them to pick a theme for their party that is true to who they are. So I've done outer space, I've done country chic. Right now I'm doing one that's full on friendship, which is all friendship themed. And I'll show you one of my parties here in just a few moments. But it's nothing big. It doesn't take a lot of extra work on my part, but I think in a normal time, we'd be able to, have themed in-person events and things like that. And we're just not getting that right now. So I want to make sure that when my hosts are willing to commit to be a host, I want them to feel like it's something tailored to them, that they really have some connection with. So once we set a theme, let me actually pull up Facebook. Once we set a theme, then we are I start making the materials in advance. So this is a theme right now that I have full on friendship, and it's with my friend Sandy. Right now, I just have the cover photo and some frequently asked questions. And you'll notice throughout the marketing, there's the theme of the dots that I utilize. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing great, but it does just make it a little bit more personalized to that party. I asked them, what are your favorite colors? My favorite colors are purple, pink, and blue. So even down to the color of the fingernails, right? And you can do all of this in Canva, which I did. You can just make small tweaks to what you're producing to make it a little bit more tailored to who our hosts are. So I mentioned a little bit about the custom templates. What I do, I use a software called Asana, which Asana, it's great for large teams. I used to use it whenever there was a team of us doing work. Now I just do it as my sort of checklist. But for every single party, I have the marketing already produced, and this is the order that I sort of go in. So I always do my introduction post, create a wish list, catalog reminder, right? So all of these things I already have standardized, and then I just plug in that theme for the party hosts. So I just sort of use that to help me stay on track and where I'm at. It gets, I'm sure all of you will know, it gets especially confusing when you have 3 or 4 parties going on at once and they all started on different days, and trying to remember what to post where. So this just really helps me stay on the same page with all of my parties. So going over to Canva, I have a folder. Oh, by the way, this just popped up for people for free for Canva Pro. So I'm guessing they're allowing people to create teams of 5 now. So I pay the membership fee, $12.95, but I can have up to 5 people on my team. Becky, Gracie, send me a message after this with your emails, and I'll make sure to get you on here so that way you can have access to this as well. But I have an entire folder dedicated to a Cincy party, and I just started adding mini folders, so you'll see that they're not very full. But for any Cincy party, this is sort of what I do. What I like about it is, as I said, this is my standard frequently asked questions, right? So same idea, same design. But if we go into Sandy's party, her theme again was friendship, and she loves pinks and purples and blues. So I just added the dots and added the clip arts to the graphics already. So it truly does take me no time at all. You can change the background of the color. One thing that I really appreciate about Canva is its ability to just do what you need it to do. So if I don't like this pink color, I can change it to purple just like that and be done with it. So that's how I try to make it as personalized as possible for folks, and will automatically save, which is really helpful. But I think maybe what I'll do is show you a couple of my different, designs that I do, just to give you some ideas of what it might look like and how I might tweak it to a Facebook theme. And then I'll show you some of the functionalities of Canva along the way. So I love doing shout outs for people who, purchase during a party. I always like to, this one, let's do thank you for supporting Sandy. Over here in our element section, this is where you're really going to find all of your different stickers, charts, grids. You can also just search. So Sandy's party is, as I said, friendship. So let's just search friendship and see what comes up. Again, all of my stuff is pretty standard. So I know that I always like to put a little graphic here on the megaphone. I know she really likes this picture, so I'm going to go ahead and just use it. Maybe. Again, she really likes pink and blue, so let's get the fingernail change there. Resizing, really simple, really easy. And then I like to have it on top of a circle. So because she likes her purple as well, I might just make this purple, throw it on there. And then the positioning tool, really helpful. I can send that purple backwards, and now it sort of looks like a stamp almost on the megaphone. Another thing that I really love is you notice there's lots of blue, a teal color, I would say. Let's say I don't want this purple circle anymore because we know she loves purple. I can come here and click this, and a feature shows up that says change all to. So what this will do is change all teal color to this purple color, and it does it for the entire graphic. So that's another way that I just like to try and make themes within my graphics and my visuals. And then, sometimes I just like to look at some of their featured graphics and see if I like anything. It never hurts to add some florals, some flowers, things like that. They have so many just like really cool graphics, I would say. Things that I might not would normally use in certain things. I know Sandy loves peace sign, so I might throw a peace sign on there, right? So you can take it, what would be something really simple as a shout out, and you can take it and make it look visually appealing, and really, I think, make it something special for our customers. I keep this on here, name. So let's say that I buy something in the party, Alex Baker. So what I like to do then is I will find some little clip art, some little something. Instead of doing bullet points, I like to just use some sort of graphic or visual for that. And again, I've already done all the work to create it. So now what I'm doing is just editing what I've already done. And it's just, I think, small things like this that really take something from good and turn it into something great, right? I wouldn't actually use these handprints. I don't know why I picked that, but it was just something small and easy. So that's what I like to do. And then, of course, I always, one thing that drives me crazy is when someone posts an image somewhere, and if you take the image and put it onto your desktop and then see the file name as like something really bizarre. So I always like to make sure I name it appropriately. Shout out Sandy, right? And then, like I said, Canva has already saved everything I've already done. So if I exit out, I can refresh the page here. It'll take a second for this to update, but then I can click right back into it and it's all still there. So we talked a little bit about that magic resize tool. I'll show you what that is. Right now, this is 5.5 by 8.5 inches. Let's say I wanted to really maximize it for a Facebook post. So what it'll do is it will automatically resize the photo, and everything stays pretty much where it would normally be. And then if I needed to, I could always just adjust that way. So I went from a square photo to another square photo, so we didn't get to see the full functionality of that feature. But it's really helpful, especially as we're looking at Facebook stories. I have a cheat sheet on my desk that you can't see, but I have a cheat sheet of what dimensions everything are. So what does my Facebook cover photo need to be? When you're creating a new party on on your personal website, you can have the ability to upload a custom photo. So I always try to make sure, let me see if I can show you. I always try to make sure that whenever I am creating a party for someone, that I want their party to be, stylistically whatever the theme is. So I always, whatever my Facebook cover photo is, I make sure that this photo here is there. So there's just another connection of identity with folks who are shopping. So that's just another small trick that I like to do. So going back over to Canva, I thought it could be helpful if I created, I've not done my new warmer of the month. So one thing that you'll notice is I've this was for November, but let's just pretend like this is an old one. So what I can do is I pulled a fragrance already. I'm going to show you the functionality of the taking off the background. So typically we have to wait for it to upload, and I just drag and drop, and it is so easy. And that's another thing that I love about Canva is the ability to drag and drop. If I were to just put this photo in the photo, it has the white background. Sometimes I love the little clip art that is behind the fragrances. Sometimes I don't love it. We'll say that I love this one. So it's just one click of a button, and what that'll do is take away all of that white background, so then I can use it here as well. I always try to, whatever the color is within the warmer, I really try to make sure that the overall graphic looks that way. Another cool feature that Canva does is it will, when you upload a photo to Canva, it pulls out the colors that are in the photo. So I might make this color, and then let's say I'll make it this color, and let's say I'm just so in love with this. I don't even know what color it is, but I want there to be some distinction. You can come up here and make it darker, lighter, just to create some different visual aesthetics to the photo itself. So in Canva, what I've done is this is the overall background, right? And then I've added just a small box here and a small box here. And then I will always just update this as new warmers come out, and make sure to update, the name of the fragrance, the name of the warmer, update, the month. And I think overall, like, this looks like a pretty good graphic that I would want to see and I would want to produce for, anyone who is working with me with Scentsy stuff. I know one of the big things about Scentsy is we love to share our at-home photos, and I think that that's definitely true. I don't want to replace that, but we're also in a business, and we want the marketing that we produce to be quality marketing as well. So I think it's a really fine line of what marketing materials we're producing versus what we're sharing. So what I typically do is if I post, like a scented warmer of the month in one of my parties, and I have that warmer or that fragrance, I will then in the comments show my at-home photo. So people can see the clean-cut, crystal clear version of it. What is it? What's the name? But then I also like to sort of follow up within the comments and show my take on it or how I have it styled or set up at home. So I think that folks get the best of both worlds that way. Let me see. What else would be helpful to show? I've already showed you sort of the color changing, all at once. But I'll, when I first started, I would look on Pinterest, and Pinterest was great to get ideas generating in my head, but sometimes I just didn't understand why certain choices were made stylistically. So I sort of recreated one of my favorite things that I saw. So let's say for any party that I do, one of the very first posts that I do, if you remember my Asana, is a wish list. So I always like to talk about, as you're sort of shopping, if you don't have a catalog in front of you, it can become overwhelming with all the things that you might want. So I like to create a wish list for that. And again, I always try to do to theme to what the person wants. So Sandy loves pinks, blues, and purples. Technically, I could leave this just as is, but I also might come over here and, you know, I can always throw a clip art on there. Let's say that I really wanted this graphic, but it wasn't working there. You can always flip it, which is a nice tool. I didn't discover that when I should have, and now it has changed my life whenever I'm creating things. So I do love the flip tool. Another thing that you can do that I do regularly is as you can see, this is one element, this is one element, this is one element. You can always just hold down your shift button, click them all, and then you can come up here and group them together. So now if I wanted to move this, it would be one element versus moving everything all at once. And it really comes in handy when you're creating lists and lines and things like that. Another cool thing that I do is, let's say that the spacing was really off. I can highlight everything that I want to be moved and then drag that down this way. Or to the left, to the right, however I wanted to, or whatever I needed to do to make sure that it was how I needed it, so to speak. Make sure as you're going through all of this, make sure you're watching your Scentsy logos. You know, they are pretty specific about what you can and can't do. So I always just try to, if I need to make it a little bit smaller, just so there's enough space around it, certainly. But again, resizing is really easy in Canva. What else is there? We've talked about colors. We could also transparency. Sometimes that's pretty fun. You can make your photos, your graphics a little bit lighter if you need to. This really isn't a good example because it's a white background, but again, for the sake of showing everyone, let's say I wanted to make it black just because I don't know, I'd want to make it black, but let's just say I did. You can make that transparent just to make the colors pop a little bit more. Sometimes I do like to throw on a gray background just so there's a little bit more clarity in the work that I'm doing. I've showed you positioning. We'll come over here. I'll look at some other stuff over here. To the side. Let's say we're making a flyer. The templates that are standard, you know, they're here. They have so many different things, right? And they're usually pretty on point with what's happening. So elections, COVID-19, there were just Halloween flyers that were on here. What's cool about it is, let's say I really like this flyer, right? And I really wanted to feature Scent of the Month. So when it's custom or when it's template designs, what's nice is that it'll automatically resize for you, and you can just take it out if you wanted to. You know, mention down here, I don't know, save 10%. So I really like the idea of the templates that they have for you. I showed you uploading photos, right? And you can see from Warmer's Past, just so many different things that you can do with it, right? I'm trying to think. I don't really use a lot of video on here. They do have some phenomenal standard photos. So make sure you check those out because there are some really cool ones, and you can do some cool stuff with it too. If I wanted to, one thing that I like to do is, this is something that I can show you all, an animated social media post. So I just in this post created a little cute bear and I added some music on top of it. I love the idea of the animated social media posts because I think it's just more eye-catching. Definitely when I'm scrolling through the socials, if I see something moving or animated, I'm more likely to click on it or look at it. So you can do a lot of things with their social media posts. Let's talk about some new Cincy, right? I love a good pun. So let's say that we were going to put this on there and we wanted it to be about some fragrance again. Um, when we go to export it, we can do one of two things. We can save it as a video, which is what I typically do. But if there's no sound added, then you could just save it as a GIF. Both will export great. But let's say we wanted to add some music though. We certainly could. Let's do Sweet Hope. So when you see this option here, it shows that there's a sound. I don't know if you can hear the sound or not, but I can hear it on my end. And you can drag to the part of the song that you want. So let's say that's perfect. So now we can click this animate button, and what this does, yes, this is the premium version. What this does is right now, just the graphic itself is animated, but if I wanted to, I could make it just a little bit more of a pop. I could have, the things float in. I could have them tumble in if I wanted to. I love the scrapbook one. It's really cute. I don't know why I love it so much. And then I can just download and put it directly onto whatever I want to do. One thing that I did want to talk about, though, and show you is the content editor and the content scheduler within Canva, because, again, that's something that I really utilize quite a bit. So one thing that I know is going to be coming up is, again, the wish list. So let's just say that this wish list was ready to go and I wasn't going to make any more updates to it. You can come over here and share to a Facebook group. These are some of my most recent parties, but we'll do the one for Sandy. So this will come up. I'll tailor what I say in my different parties to different things, but for the most part, it's all pretty standard. So let's just say, I'm just saying, here's a wish list. And then everyone's going to automatically understand what I mean by that. I can publish it right now and it goes directly into Facebook, or I can schedule it, which is really helpful. So let's say I want to have it scheduled for Wednesday the 4th at 6:35 p.m. We'll schedule that post. Now what we can do, and this is the part that I really like when you have multiple parties going on, is you can come over here to your content planner and you can see a visual of what is being scheduled when. You can click on it. So again, I can see exactly what it's going to be called, the verbiage, what party I'm posting it into. So this is really, really helpful for me. And again, when I have multiple parties, I can't stress it enough. It is just so nice to be able to create 5 of the same thing in a 20-minute, time span, and then schedule it as I can to free up some time later. So I think that's pretty much everything. I don't think, we talked about images. And then what I also like is that if I go in here to edit it, it'll tell me, are you sure you edit this? Because it's already scheduled somewhere. So if I can't remember, if I'm trying to do something else, I'll just make a copy of it. Again, styles, just nice color schemes that they will allow you to pick and choose. It also changes the fonts that are included as well. So if I see something that I really like and click it, it'll change everything on that page to really match the styles and the fonts. And it's pretty intuitive, I would say. Sometimes graphic tools like this aren't great. And I could come in here and then reduce the size down if I needed to. I think that's everything. Does anyone have any questions for me?
I can't think of anything else at the moment, but thank you. That was all really
Yeah, of
amazing
course.
information. I appreciate
We
it.
didn't talk much about text, but they also have a
Um,
huge variety of text. So sometimes I just geek out and go in and look at some of their, like I love this, and can make it style to whatever party I'm on. But I could talk about Canva all day. I love designing. But if anyone has any questions, certainly feel free to ask me after this. I would love to walk you through and show you certain things. And if you need some design or style questions, feel more than free to ask me that as well.
I do. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just have a question. Majority of edits you can do without premium, correct?
Eileen, I can't hear you.
I don't
I,
think, is it Gracie or Eileen?
Hello?
I can hear that you're saying something, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Much better.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had the live video connected to my Bluetooth since I'm driving, so it's very convenient for me to go through this. But my question is, you can still do all these edits without the premium, correct?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, and the creating the templates, creating the edits, that's without premium. You can do all of that. I I don't know because I have premium. I can't show you like the difference of what is considered premium and what is not. But like I said, sometimes for some of like pictures and graphics. So this, if I wanted to use any of these pictures, I would have to have Pro, or I could pay an additional cost for the usage of the picture. The other things that you don't get without the premium is the background remover, which I use quite a bit, the magic resize, and then you also can't sort of create your own brand identity within the free one. But that's really the limitations of what it is. I'm not sure. I could probably find out really quickly though. The content publisher.
It's okay. Mike, you had said, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart right now, but you said something about not publishing, marking your name possibly is my understanding. It's like the last thing you said that it doesn't include in the premium.
Magic resize. I have my list to my side here.
It's okay. I'll review the video, and then I'll DM you if that's still a question I have.
Yeah, feel free to shoot me a question.
And I can actually show you. I can take over the presentation and show you on my end, because I have a personal account that I had created on accident. So I have one that's not pro that I can show.
Oh, okay.
Just real quick. So let me present. So my entire screen, just so it is recorded. Chrome share. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so this is, can you guys see my Canva?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, good. So this right here is not Canva Pro. You are, going to basically have, you're going to be limited. You're not going to have the scheduler. You can't, schedule your posts. Some of your folders, like you're not going to have like if you have logos that you use on everything. I have a folder, in my Pro that I can, have all my logos saved in versus the not Pro, you don't have that opportunity. You still have the brand kit where you can, put like your brand logo. You can put your brand logos. There's like 1 or 2 spaces. You can create the color scheme, your font scheme, but you don't get to like upload your own unique font. You don't get to keep designs consistent with color palettes without the Pro. There's a lot of little things that add up when you do the Pro. And I personally, I did end up doing the annually. It made more sense for me since I use it so much as a leader, making all these different, what are they called? The covers for our Facebook pages, stuff like that. So for me, it made the most sense. But I definitely recommend trying it, doing the free version, just playing around with it. I played around with the free version for about a year before I did Pro. And so everything was really, it was amazing. I loved Canva. I loved, like he said, that it's right on you can have it right on your phone or your iPad or your tablet. You can share things with other people. Basically, the features, there's so many templates. It's we'll call it the plain version. The plain version is still has a lot to offer. So just play around with it. Ask questions, on our team pages and stuff. Everybody's here to kind of help out. But the Pro is definitely the way that I go personally. But again, I've been doing this for 4 years and I now have a team of almost 200 people. So I need to have things saved and to save time. But whatever works best for your business, like Alex said, you'll find what works best for you. That's all I have to add.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Of course. All right. Anything else? Any other questions? All right. Well, Alex, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And I love that we were able to record this for the whole team to be able to watch on their time. I will get this uploaded and thank you again. I will talk to you soon.
Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night, guys. Bye.